Hi friends, my name's Tammy and this is my booktube channel, Believe in Your Shelf, and I'm hoping to do a book haul. I have been interrupted 4 times. We gotta let the motorcycle go. That goes every time I do a video. But I've been interrupted 4 times and I'm just not sure this video is ever gonna happen. Anyway, I'm gonna do a book haul, hopefully, and show you some books that I've picked up over the past several months. I don't know what they're all about. Some of them were cover buys. I do cover buy an awful lot. I like covers. So I will read the backs of some of these to you. I'll tell you about some of them, and some of them I'll just show you what the cover looks like and who the author is and the title. So the first thing, my husband and I were at a store several weeks ago that had books on sale from between $1.99 and $4.99, and so I got several books. The first one here is A Proper Romance by Julie Wright. She's the author of Lies Jane Austen Told Me, and this one's called Glass Slippers, Ever After, and Me. I'll show you the cover there. And it says this is a modern, reimagined Cinderella story. Now, I love Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast and Little Red Riding Hood, and so if I see books about any of them, I tend to grab them because I just really like those stories. So this one looks really good, and I did get this on that sale. This was another one. This is one my husband found, A Provincial Peer by Sian and Bessey, and this is in the Georgian Gentleman series, and my husband was super excited about this one because he's the one that found it, and it was like $2. And I've never heard of this author, but I was looking in the front cover, and she's written a whole bunch of books, so that's kind of cool. Another one I got at that sale was Lies, Love, and Breakfast at Tiffany's by Julie Wright. She's the one that wrote the Cinderella book over there. And on the back, it has a little paragraph about the lie, the love, and the breakfast. And I'm looking forward to reading that one. Another one from that sale. I told you I got a lot from that sale. This is another proper romance by Becca Wilhite, Check Me Out. And this is one about a librarian. And I was reading the back of this, and there's a little text up here from her. It says, Greta the librarian. Reasons to love the Franklin Library. Beautiful building, great people, smell of old books, hot guys in the poetry stacks. Hashtag go to the library. So that should be a fun little romance. And did I get any others there? I did get a few others on that sale, but I'll tell you about those when I get to them. This one here is called Love in Tandem by Becca Kinzer. I got this one on Amazon. I read Dear Henry, Love Edith, I think is what it's called, by Becca Kinzer, and I loved that book. It was funny, and I actually did laugh out loud in several places in that book. So I saw that she has this one out too, and I wanted to read it. So there's that. Then I have 3 books that I think it was Cajun Peach that was telling me. She was telling me about a book she thought I would like. And I looked for it, and they don't have it for sale in anything other than an audiobook. And it's not in print, and I was really sad about it because it looked really good. So I was looking around on Amazon, and I found that she has written several other series, and so I found 3 series that I was able to get the first book of each one. So the first one is the Cornish Garden Cafe Spring. That's the series, and it's called Spring at the Cornish Garden Cafe by Rachel Griffiths. Look at that cover. I really like that. And I totally trust Cajun, so I was excited to get some other books, even though I wasn't able to get the one she recommended. This is the first one in the Sunflower Street series by Rachel Griffiths called Spring Shoots on Sunflower Street. Another great cover. And then the third one is in the Cozy Cottage Cafe, and it's called Summer at the Cozy Cottage Cafe by Rachel Griffiths. So all of these books by her look really good to me. They sound good too from the backs, but I won't read all the backs because there's a lot of books here. Another book that I got a while back, this is by Colleen Coble, a sanctuary novel called Ambush. And I know that she writes Christian fiction, and I know that this is number one of 2 books. The second book is about to be published, and I'm hoping it'll go more. But I know that our main character has had some troubles in the past, and she's gone home to work as a veterinarian at a wildlife refuge. And when she gets there and starts working, bad things start happening, and she's got to hurry and get herself saved and get to the bottom of what's going on. So this looked really good to me, and I hope it'll be really good. I'm going to read it and then see if I like it, and if I do, I'll probably buy the next book. Then I have a book by one of you guys that you recently, I can't remember everybody's names off the top of my head. I should have written everything down, but one of my lovely subscribers recommended this, said she had read it recently. I think she said she read it in a day or 2, and that is now one of her very favorite books. I looked on Amazon, and it has a lot of reviews, and it's got a very high rating. It's called Theo of Golden by Levi. Isn't that a pretty cover? Look at that leaf. I think it's really pretty. Now, I do have to read the back of this too because it sounds so good to me. It says, questions linger about Theo, a pleasant but mysterious stranger, after his arrival in the southern city of Golden. Who is he, and why is he here? He arrives early one spring, and by chance, or is it, he visits a coffee shop where 92 framed pencil portraits are on display. Inspired, Theo sets out on a mission of purchasing all the portraits, one at a time, and quietly bestowing them on their rightful owners. Stories are told, friendships are born, and lives are changed. Theo of Golden is a beautifully crafted story about the power of creative generosity, the importance of wonder to a purposeful life, and the far-reaching possibilities of anonymous kindness. Doesn't that sound great? Levi is the author, if I didn't mention that. I will have all of these books listed down below if you're interested. I watch videos sometimes, and then I get to the end and I think, oh shoot, now I have to watch it again so I can write down the titles. So if you want any of these titles, they are written down below. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you've seen me read these books by McCall, Just Gus, and Stella. These are excellent kind of second chance at life stories for animals that are being rescued. And these are so good. I ran across one of these about a year ago, and then I loved it so much that was Stella, and then I bought Just Gus because I had to read it too. And the third book was already published, but it was only in hardback, but it has recently come out in paperback, and it's called Millie, and I know that it's going to be a really good story too. I'll read the back of this one to you because I like a good dog book. It says Millie, a feisty border terrier, lives on the streets, hunting for scraps of food in the shadows and in the dark. She protects herself with a shield of what is perceived by many as aggression, barking and snarling when in reality she's just plain scared. Turned over to animal control after a recent run-in with the dog catcher, Millie is rescued by a special teacher who also rehabilitates and rehomes dogs. It's a win-win. Together, the dogs and Miss Barry's students learn emotional resilience, anger management, and other coping skills. When one of the students, a struggling reader named Tori, shows a natural gift for dog training and working with fearful dogs, Millie is temporarily placed in her care. Tori may be young, but she knows a thing or two about anger, fear, and abandonment after her mother can no longer care for her, and she's placed in kinship care with her grandfather. Millie wonders if she's finally found her human and begins to let down her emotional guard. But when trust and belonging are challenged, Millie reverts to old habits, fleeing, hiding, and growling. Will she end up back on the streets, or can Millie and Tori embrace their training, trust in each other, and find a forever family together? Now, I know this is going to have a happy ending because the other two books do too. So I'm super excited about this. I love dog books. Okay, so a couple of months ago, Nadine and I read Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. And I've already talked about this a bunch, but we decided to read book 2 in August, so I got the second book. I'm collecting this series in these editions. And I ordered Anne of Avonlea, and we just finished this last week. I'll be talking about this in an upcoming video about recent reads. But we finished this, and I guess it's kind of a spoiler that we liked it because we want to go on to book 3. So I have book 3 on the way to me, and it's called Anne of the Island, I believe. And we're going to start that one in September. But that one is coming, so I wanted to include that in this book haul. I have written down in my notes here another book that is on its way to me. It's another one recommended by one of you, and it's called Little Miss Callie by Priscilla Neff. And I apologize, I can't think of everybody's name right off the top of my head. My memory's really bad, but one of you recommended that to me, said it was really good, that it was one of your favorite books as a child, and that you still have it. And I went on to eBay and found a really nice first edition copy of it. I think it was 1950 something, and I got it, and I can't wait to read about it. And I know it's something about a horse and a little girl, I think. So sometimes I don't find out too much what these books are about because I don't want to spoil myself, and I do trust you guys. You guys know what kind of books I like. And so when I get a recommendation, I always go on Libby first to see if I can find it as an audiobook to listen to it before I buy it. But if I can't find it on Libby, often I just go somewhere else and buy a copy. So that's what I did with that one. And it's on its way. Okay, and then I have a book my mom gave me a couple of months ago. She read it, and it's by the author of These Is My Words, Nancy E. Turner. It's called Sarah's Quilt. And it says on the front, a novel of Sarah Agnes Prine and the Arizona Territories, 1906. So it just sounds like a book that I would really like to read. She read it, enjoyed it, and passed it on to me. Oh my gosh, I have a little Tetris stack over here of books. 2 more books that I got at that sale that I was telling you about. These are both steampunk fairy tale retellings, and they're all proper romance. This first one is Brass Carriages and Glass Hearts, a steampunk Cinderella. Look at that cover. This is awesome. I have a daughter, my oldest daughter, Emily, who lives in North Carolina. This is so up her alley. So I'm going to read this, and I'll probably end up passing it on to her. So Emily, when I come out and see you and the new grandbaby later this year, you'll probably be getting this book. Also, I have The Lady in the Coppergate Tower. This is a steampunk retelling of Rapunzel. Another really cool cover. Did I say who these are by? Nancy Campbell Allen. These covers, look at these covers together. Aren't they just neat? And when I looked on the back, there's also, let me take my glasses off so I can read it. Beauty and the Clockwork Beast, which is Beauty and the Beast, so I will be looking for that one too. And Kiss of the Spindle, so that's going to be a Sleeping Beauty book. I think that's it. Looks like there's 4 books so far. Maybe there's more by now, but I'm gonna read those and probably take them out to my daughter soon. Okay, I have 2 more books here. These were recommended by my booktuber friends. Everybody's been reading Gladys Tabor, and I have a novel by her, which I have not read yet, but I was able to find this on, I think it was on eBay that I found it for a really good price. And this is Stillmeadow Sampler, and Sonia, my booktube sister, Sonia with an I, that's her booktube channel, and I'll link it down below in case you want to go check her out. She's my booktube sister, so I have to promote my family, right? But she talks about Gladys Tabor all the time, and I have not read anything by Gladys Tabor yet, but this does look like it's going to be a good book, and I think it's nonfiction. I could be wrong, but I think that one's nonfiction. And then Fiona, and what is her channel called now? It used to be Reads and Eats, and she recently changed the name of her channel. I can't remember what it is, so I'll link her below too. But go check her out. She is always talking about these books, and I have been so intrigued by them. And so I decided to look and see if I could find a copy of the first book in the series, and I found one. It's by Elinor M.Brent-Dyer, and the first book is The School at the Chalet. And on the back of this it says it's a special 80th anniversary edition. I'm sure it's about a school or a boarding house or something like that. That's definitely a buzzword for me. But look at that cover. Isn't that great? So this was written over 80 years ago. I will go ahead and read the back of this because I don't know what it's about really. It says, it is in this book that the curtain is rung up on the story of the Chalet School. Madge Bettany knew that she had to find a way of earning money to look after her delicate younger sister Josephine, known as Joey or Jo, as well as herself, and hit upon the idea of opening a school in the beautiful Austrian Tyrol, Tyrol, with Joey as the first pupil. From the beginning, the new school shows every sign of being a complete and growing success. For the role, small at first, soon begins to grow with a good number of pupils of diverse characters and nationalities. There are countless adventures of one kind or another to enliven the ordinary lives of the pupils and staff. I am so excited to read this. I think it'll be great. So those are all the books that I have from my haul, and I'll probably be back with another video in a few months of anything else that I get between now and then. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.